Another boom, another bang. It could be Baghdad or Khartoum. Their only places, no human faces. Let's send some missiles. The target fits. The missile hits. Convenient demons blown to bits. Our experts tell us, the TV sells us the need for missiles. Well, you don't have to fly them, so pilots don't get killed, but you still have to buy them to keep friends' coffers filled. We fly at night when there's no moon. We hit the target, news at noon. Impeachment season, we need a reason for sending missiles. We'll find that war's essential when polls drop through the floor. It's very presidential to kill the distant poor. I clean the house, I cook a meal. I wish that none of this was real. No human bodies, no burning cities, no flying missiles. Yeah! I'm AGNETA NORBERG, a former teacher, and you will see that. We use a lot of methods to make people understand, or young 7-year-old pupils learn to read and write. So I use the same methods to show things. These are the wars which US have conducted since 100 years. These are the wars conducted by United States of America. On small countries, sometimes defenseless, most of the time. This is the wars. And these are the CIA offices in Ukraine. It's under the name of National Endowment for Democracy, so-called NED. When Reagan administration was accused for supporting illegal wars all over the world and illegal, terrible things, they started something called National Endowment for Democracy. And they have about these. You can find it on the internet. It's not hidden. And about 3 times this in Russia and Venezuela, for instance, and Palestine, and many other countries. But these are the Ukraine offices, yes. And this is another important teachers loves maps. This is a world map of US military bases. You can take a photo of this if you want. This is the most photographed banner I ever have carried around. I stand in the middle of Stockholm, and many tourists come there and take a photo and say, oh my God, it's my country. Oh my God, this is my country. Do they have a base there as well? So that's what I'm doing to educate people. That's it. Have you taken a photo? Yeah? It's about 1,000 different installations. Some as big as cities like Kemp on Steel in Kosovo and in other countries like Diego Garcia is very big. And here is another map. I will soon start my speech, but I have to show all my maps, otherwise I start crying. If you think about Atlantic, look above the globe from above. There you can see all the bases threatening Russia. It's from above. Alaska is filled with installations and different attack installations. This is the world from upside. Thank you. Oh, I was popular, wasn't I? And last but not least, this is a picture of the world, how it looks. The war today, every war, even the smallest, is conducted via satellites. Here you can see the satellites surrounding the whole world and what kind of weaponry they are guiding, and they wouldn't be able to launch a war without space. So there I am. That was that. And if you think, oh, she has figured it up, can we believe in her? You know, those teachers, they can say everything. They have. Satellite War is the most important book now to read for generals, prime ministers, presidents, whatever. The Satellite War. This is written in Norwegian, but because the journalist is Norwegian, but the English version is on internet. You can download it. It's translated. Some of you might have seen it. Thank you very much. Oh, I didn't know I was so popular. That was that. Now I start. I have a manuscript. What? Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, listen to me. Now, don't speak in the and interrupt me. As a long-time peace activist, I have taken part. No, I don't like when you are speaking all the time. You know, it's disturbing. Please. If you are not translating, I won't disagree. But if you speak among each other, I can't do it. Dear friends, as a long-time peace activist, I've taken part in many peace conferences and actions around the world. It has been with a sort of pride I have presented myself as Swedish, because my country has and had a non-aligned and neutral posture for many, many years, and Sweden was internationally respected for their posture. Today, when I say I am from Sweden, I don't feel proud anymore. When speaking about militarism and war, Sweden has totally changed its posture. This posture had gradually grown after joining the European Union. In 1996, William Perry, US Minister of War, visited Stockholm to consult with Sweden's defense minister. I can only say I'm very satisfied with the manner in which Sweden is taking part and responsibility for security in the new Europe, said Perry in an interview. So when the NATO bombing of Yugoslavia began in 1999, it was regarded by the Swedish Social Democrat government as acceptable, despite the fact that it was not authorized by UN resolution. In 1998, in November, as a temporary member of the UN Security Council, Sweden quietly supported US NATO plans to bomb Serbia with or without UN approval. The new Foreign Minister, Anna Lindh, stated that US NATO is the most effective tool for crisis management in Europe. In March 22nd, having previously opposed any attack without UN approval, Göran Persson, the Social Democratic Prime Minister, reversed himself and approved the bombings. The Persson government had one issue of objection. Some of the bombs fell too close to the Swedish embassy in Belgrade. That shock waves broke some of its windows. This was sharply criticized. The former Prime Minister Ingvar Carlsson, though, and Shidat Rampal from Guyana strongly condemned the US NATO aggression in an article in Global Governance in The Guardian in April in 1999. They had both been part of the Commission on Global Governance, which in 1994 had presented recommendation for strengthening the UN, United Nations. Despite this unusual and highly significant disagreement between two social democrat leaders, Swedish media largely ignored it. The media continued to serve as a channel for US-NATO war propaganda. Sweden is, since many years, in the NATO antechamber Partnership for Peace and is at war in Afghanistan since many years. Sweden took part in the Libyan war by sending 7 JAS Gripen fighters to assist US-NATO warplane targeting. Carl Bildt, Minister of Foreign Affairs, had nothing to say about the ongoing onslaught on Syria by foreign intruders. And even more, northern Sweden has become a training ground for troops from many countries, not only for the long war in Afghanistan, but for coming wars in different parts in the world. North European Airspace Test Range, NEAT, the training and testing ground in the north of Sweden, is big as about Belgium in size, and a formidable area for military exercise in preparation for NATO many wars. I will mention some of the war games in recent years. The Nordic Air Meet, with 30 fighters from US, France, Switzerland, Finland, Norway, and Sweden in 2007. John B. Kelly, Commander-in-Chief of US Air Force in Europe, was very impressed by the large and depopulated area when he visited the war training area. It is very crowded in Germany, you know, he admitted in an interview. In June 2009, it was time for Loyal Arrow, the largest air war exercise in the North in history. This war game was led from 3 countries, northern Finland, northern Sweden, and northern Norway. The war training area was as large as Germany in size. US fighters F-16 Eagle and F-16, both capable of carrying nuclear bombs, participated. Another thing not seen in Sweden's history, the British aircraft carrier MS Illustrious made its way up in the Botnian Bay and anchored outside the harbor of Luleå in the north. At the same time, a huge sea war game was conducted in the south. 42 warships from 12 countries were training war in the surrounding waters of Sweden, south of the city of Karlskrona, in a war operation Baltops. Both these war games in the north and in the south were aimed at Russia. 2009, Cold Response Number 1, a winter war exercise in northern Sweden and northern Norway, including Finnish troops. 9,000 soldiers from US and 9 other NATO Partnership for Peace countries participated in marine, air, and ground warfare exercises. This was the first time ever this type of warfare had been trained in this area at the northern border in Abisko. Say when it is too much. Just interrupt me. I mean,
You have already exceeded 10 minutes time.
Okay. I jump. I'm in the board of the Global Network Against Weapons and Nuclear Power in Space, And we arranged a conference at different places around the world, and we went to Kiruna. And we wanted to highlight one important war tool is the military satellites and global positioning systems, which are conducted from north, from S-range. Military satellites and global positioning systems facilitated thousands of sorties by the US Air Force. Some pilots in B-2 bombers even flew from Missouri to the Balkans and back again. I'm not talking about the Yugoslavian war. Back again as part of a combined total of more than 38,000 sorties over Serbia. The USS Theodore Roosevelt, stationed in the Adriatic Sea, also helped form a ring of air bases and included Italy and Germany. Military satellites and a space-based global positioning system had made it possible for US warfighting planes to conduct more exact bombing and robot attacks, which not endangered US soldiers and pilots. I will jump to the end. We in Sweden Peace Movement have to work hard and analyze the changed political climate in our country and act accordingly. 1. Sweden is the third biggest spy nation in the world, together with Israel and US and Great Britain. We have to inform the public about Snowden's revelations about NSA's role in Sweden. Sweden plays an important role in global spying agreement in the UK-US Five Eyes global spying, which allows Lerkiel in the south of Gothenburg, a satellite communication monitoring station, which without authority spies and analyzes private and confidential personal and business communications sent via many different privately run international telecommunications satellites. We have also to follow the development of the world's biggest downloading station, S-range, and keep track on what S-range is used for. Recently, S-range got millions for a program to launch mini-satellites. I suspect these mini-satellites will be sent up for destroying Russian and Chinese satellites. And late, we have to follow the development of the new drone, Neuron, which will be trained at NEAT in the north in year 2015. Neuron is collaboration between France, Italy, Spain, Switzerland, Greece, and Sweden. It has a more than 10-meter wingspan, and it can't be seen on radar. To my great satisfaction, there is a growing awareness about peace issues in Sweden, and I am frequently invited to schools and peace organizations to talk about these things. And like Alva Myrdal I used to say, it is unworthy to give up. You can't kill a spirit. She's like a mountain, old and strong. She goes on and on and on. Yeah!